Oh, I love Sundays like this. The sun is beaming. I've just collected, look at that, my very first bouquet of dahlias of the season in this rather gorgeous glitzy vase that some of you will know my good friend Chrissy Sorrell Cameron bought me for my birthday a couple of weeks ago. And I know people complain about this sort of sunny, hot weather. And I know that we should be concerned for so many reasons, but frankly, I love it. And I'm sure you do too. Let me know if you do. Hello there, everybody. It's been a while, hasn't it? So who have we got with us today? So let's have a look. And thank you for joining me this lunchtime. It's a really good opportunity for us to all get together and have a good old natter. Hey there, Melinda. How are you? Laura Thomas, Josiah Crane. Nice to see you. Anna Higgins, Jan Ferrari, Anne Brody. Hey, Anne. How are you? Luke Hawkins, JB, Cordula Maria Cordula, Barbara Anning, Jane Boosie, Sarah, Gillian Chamberlain. Hello there, Jill. Lorraine, Kerry. My goodness me, lots of you. Thank you so much. Hey, Kat. Nice to see you, Sue, too. Oh, my goodness. Do feel free to use the comments to just chat to each other, actually. If don't have to chat to me. So, but it's really lovely because what I love about our community is that it's properly international. So, and I know that lots of you, like me, don't live close to other people in it. So that's so nice about these lives is that we get to catch up with each other, don't we? And just see how everybody's world is going. So, and how your gardening lives are going. Honestly, I'm not joking when I say that I found August, it might be because we went on holiday, and the garden is actually looking pretty good at the moment. But that article that I wrote, the newsletter about the August slump, I wasn't fibbing. I just really felt like I just couldn't be bothered. So, and I do wonder if it is that peculiar state, isn't it, where there's so much that's done that you cut throughout the year to reach this point that you feel a bit gardened out. So I've totally given up on weeding. Just don't see the point. So, and it covers up the bare patches, doesn't it? So apart from anything that, is going to be pernicious, there was a massive thistle down amongst the geraniums down there, which I did dig out. And I'm kind of propping here and there if I feel like it. And I am deadheading, but more than anything, for the first time this season, I've started picking. And that, with the dahlias coming out, has really set me up to kind of get reignited with the garden again. I mean, just look at that. We've got Sarah Raven's business partner in my garden today, which always tickles me. So that's Lou Farman. And indeed, we've even got a bit bedraggled, but we've even got a bedraggled Sarah Raven with us this afternoon. So pretty good. And then Sam Hopkins. So there. And this one, I adore this one. It's a dirty double, I know. But this one's called Mrs. Dutch, and that makes me think about Chrissy because I always call her Crown. I don't know. She's like the Crown Princess, I think, and so she calls me Duchess. So this is Mrs. Dutch, and that always reminds me of her. What else have we got in here? Actually, now as we're nattering through them, probably my favourite dahlia of all time. Doesn't show up very well on the screen, but does anyone know what this one is? It's absolutely probably my favourite dahlia of all time. Do write it in the comments. So, and let me know if you can recognise it. And then I missed her last year because I don't know what happened. Sometimes the labels get mixed up, don't they? But then, yeah, the first one to bloom for me this year was definitely Totally Tangerine. And I'm glad to have her back. I really didn't think that I'd miss her as much as I did, but I absolutely did. Anne's got it. Yeah, it's Waltzing Matilda, my absolute favourite dahlia, for sure. I'll just put that over there before I knock over. Yes, Jan, absolutely correct. Waltzing Matilda, this rather spectacular vase that Chrissy bought for me for my birthday. So, yeah, so what's been going on? So, whilst I've been kind of feeling a little down in the kind of non-gardening posse, I suppose, it's not that I haven't been out here. And this year I've really enjoyed the plethora of bees and butterflies that the garden has attracted. And at the moment, I'm just looking on on Sarah Raven's business partner, Lou Farman, a couple of bumblebees just literally having a bit of a fight to see who gets the pollen. They don't often get cross, don't they? So with each other, it's like, move out of the way. I want to get the cream of the crop or the cream of the flower. So I've really enjoyed that. I think the other thing as well that I've had this summer is that I've had quite a lot of homework to do outside of my everyday job because I've been writing my book. That's really hard work. I'd forgotten how much hard work it is writing a book. So, and it's all based in my garden too. So, I think because Julie, the fantastic Julie Skelton, has been coming here to photograph bits and pieces in the garden, that I've really had to keep on top of it super, super, super kind of massively. Which has been brilliant in loads of ways because, I'll just turn you around. The garden is looking really rather lovely. If I just turn you around, I don't know if you can see. Let me get off my chair. But it is looking rather nice. So I'll keep going. Please, God, don't knock over Chrissy's vase, the Powell. So there we go. That would be a disaster. But you can see all the dahlias are starting to come out. It's very bright here. And the pots are starting to look rather wonderful. We've got the very last here of the beautiful velvet eyes gladioli. So there's an awful lot to kind of to enjoy. So and I am enjoying it now. This afternoon after I've done the live, and it is quite hot, that's for sure. So I don't really mind, is I've got to write the captions. Oh my goodness me. I hate writing captions. So I've had a bit of a natter with the publisher, and she said that I can just write plant names if I'd like. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to go through and just look at some glorious photos from Julie of some of my favourite plants in my garden and caption them all up for you. So, oh my goodness me, thank you. So you're asking questions, and please do pop questions into the comments. So, so Jane, the book is going to be published. Thank you for asking that in February next year. So February 2026 in the UK. And then a couple of months after that, it's being published in the States as well. So, and you can pre-order it on Amazon. I think I put a link I'll put it on notes, shall I? The little sort of chat that we have. You can pre-order it. And I don't want to be sounding pushy with this. I'm really not trying to sell it to you. So I just want to get it finished first, is the honest truth of it. So, you can pre-order it. I feel like you can outsource Caption, says Kat. I blooming wish. So, you can pre-order it. The cover is not the cover on Amazon. It's just not the cover that's going to be on the book. So that's a holding cover, unless they've swapped it without me looking. It's a minute or two since I've actually ordered it. Thank you for pre-ordering it. So you can pre-order it. I presume you can pre-order it in the States. I know you can pre-order it in the UK. So that will change. And so it's a book. It's called A Year of Colour. And it's been really fun to write because one of the things with age, and I think those that know me well, like you guys, know that I just say what I think. Sometimes that gets me in trouble, I know. So I'm hoping that it's not the usual, oh yeah, there's this plant combination and there's that plant combination. It goes through the whole year. So it's broken up into seasons. So it starts early spring, early summer, late summer, etc., etc., etc. With a little intro about what I think that season brings. And then you've got plant combinations of what is easy. Well, it's not necessarily easy. This is not a low maintenance gardening book. Super against that. So, but the combinations that I grow in real time here around all of the trappings of life, around a more than full-time job, around family, Jules, who's got health issues and everything else. So these are achievable combinations if you're wanting a garden that looks a bit like this, a little bit wild around the edges, has got lots of colour, and most of all, makes all the work totally worth it when you get things like this happening in the garden space. So, so that's what it's all about. It's got hints and tips that you can do through the seasons, but they're not the usual ones that you get in in an ordinary gardening book. They're things tried and tested, things that I actually do. And yeah, you'll feel a bit of naughtiness coming through in the text as well, I hope. So we'll see. Thank you very much. Jill says, that sounds brilliant. I'm hoping to carve out the time next year to actually garden my garden. I can see this becoming my Bible and, well, it's keeping me sane and giving me inspiration and the odd giggle. Jill, do you know what? I started doing these My Real Garden lives over on Instagram, as everybody knows here, or most people do, um, 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago now. Is it 5 years ago, Kat? Is it 5 years ago? And 5 years ago, maybe, yes. And it's been it's been an absolute joy. And honestly, I owe this book that I've written that's given me so much. It is 5 years ago. Wowzers. 5+. Gosh. So it's given me so much joy to be part of a community that constantly sort of supports one another. So, and also it makes me accountable for the gardening. So on Instagram, I love to share what's looking good in my garden. I'm a bit rubbish at those really things. But that's what I love about Substack, because I probably write far too much on Instagram under every single caption. But here I get to let rip and write as much as I feel like about whatever I feel like. And it's just so gorgeous. Yes, it was March in 2020, Nicola. It really was. So if you're wanting to kind of get your gardening mojo back, then get involved. So get involved here, chat to people, get involved over on Instagram, because I wouldn't have this garden, which I adore. And every single morning I get up and literally come out here and see what it's doing now. And I wouldn't have it without our gorgeous My Real Garden community, purple and orange always. I will never, ever, ever forget or take for granted everything that everybody has done for me. So, and I like to give back. So, right. Okay. Thank you, Jane. That's a really lovely thing to say. So, other than that, I've got news. So, Jules' health, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you something devastating. Jules' health has been really up and down, there's no doubt about it. So, and his cancer has spread and is spreading, but he is extraordinary. You wouldn't know it. Lots of people think that he's fibbing, because whenever they see him at parties or dinner parties or when we go and visit friends, he just pulls out all the stops. And as he does for me, he hasn't complained once about his cancer. So, and I know, Jill, you saw him fairly recently. So, and I think you can attest to the fact that he is just an extraordinary bloke. I'm very lucky to have him. So, but I was rather worried because a friend had invited me to a certain happening that goes on over in the States as part of their camp in the Nevada desert. So I wonder if any of you can tell where I was kind of surreptitiously thinking, well, I don't think I can go this year. It's not the right year. I've always wanted to go for my whole life. So to this particular gathering in the Nevada desert. And Sarah. So I'm going to read that in a tick. In fact, I'm going to screenshot your comment so that I can read it. So later, there we go. So thank you so much. So yeah, so and I've decided that I wasn't going to go. I bought some flights over to LA. More hints coming about where I'm going, what I'm getting up to, and I bought them with a huge kind of over insurance with British Airways. You can do that. You can cancel it for any reason and get a full refund up to 24 hours before the flight's due to leave. And then Jules did this most extraordinary thing. So he has a consultant, an oncologist consultant at the moment, so called Giuseppe. And he said, Giuseppe, please, my wife has wanted to go to this particular festival all of her life. I'm lasting much longer than anybody hoped. Can you please email her and let her know that if she goes off to this particular happening, so that I will be here when she gets back, and it's only 14 days and we can be in touch. So, and she must go because I want to hear all about it, because I can't. So this Saturday, I am flying to LA. Does anybody know where I might be going? I know I'm doing a bit of a tease here. I'm quite nervous about it, but I'm also tremendously excited. It's a gathering of 80,000 people, which celebrates celebrates exclusively their 10 principles. So, and that's of sharing, belonging, leave no trace. Negating all the trials of the world and pushing things forward, so that thinking about climate change, thinking about how we can make a difference in the world, how we can, somebody's guessed, how we can party, how we can share. There's no money at all on the site. So at all. So, and you share with tokens. So, you have to be very organized. So for the last 2 weeks, I have been going completely wild with getting everything together. And yes, Kathy Stewart, I'm going to Burning Man. Can't believe it. So I'm going on this Saturday. So, and I'm going to Burning Man. Melinda got it first. Absolutely. Has anybody been? That's what I want to know. So, yeah. So I do have to stay hydrated. I'm so excited about the art cars. I will put some links actually onto our chat so that you can see where I'm going. So if you have never experienced Burning Man before, like me, I think we've got a camp. It's very international camp. So, and that's the thing. I wouldn't go unsupported in that way. So I'm going to go to join a camp of about 20 different people from all over the world. So, and it's run by a friend of a friend. I'm going with Sophie Harbour, so who is David Harbour's wife, Harbour Sculptures, who's absolutely incredible woman. So, we're joining it. We are the oldest. There's no doubt about it in the camp that we're joining. So, and I don't know how we're going to be getting sort of staying up with all of these youngsters. I think we might. So I've got a beach cruiser from Craigslist. So we're taking tents and blow up mattresses and all of the gorgeous kind of different bits and pieces that a middle-aged, or, well, I don't like to say middle-aged, an experienced woman of my years might actually need. And we're very, 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 very excited. So, and saying you will outlast the youngsters. That says you will not have a problem staying up late. Somehow I thought you might think that, but it's very encouraging for you to know that that you're encouraging me to do that. So, and Jill, I will have the very best time. Jules is very special and loves me to bits, and I cannot wait to come back and see. Melinda's saying you'll have to let us know how many people recognise me. I don't think they will recognise me because I've got these most spectacular outfits. Apparently, all of your clothes get absolutely wrecked because the dust is like, not like sand, it's like flour, apparently, and it gets into all of your clothes. So I am taking a couple of things that are quite outrageous, but there's no sequins, no feathers, no nothing like that. So I've been trawling vintage, and the theme for my clothes, which includes hats, which includes all sorts of different things from hot to freezing cold, because I understand it can get seriously cold at night. So, and very, very, very desert extreme in the day. I've based it on silver, gold, white, grey, and a sprinkling of black. And there's a lot of silver and gold, like that kind of metallic liquid gold. So just for you, I'm not going to put these anywhere else, but I'll put them on our chat section when I get back, some of the outfits so you can see. So I'll give you a bit of a tease about what it's going to be like just from the Burning Man Instagram posts. And then because there's no signal over in the desert, although we are going to try and see if we can take a Starlink with us. I will post you, I promise, some outfits because you guys are the extra special friends of the Instagram for me. So I'll post them for you so you can see loads of pics, Nicola. Absolutely. So Desert Incognito, absolutely right. So Yeah, I'm going to stay hydrated. If you're interested, I will put my packing list up as well. So maybe we'll do a kind of Burning Man kind of prequel and then a Burning Man sequel on the old Substack homepage. So, and I'll share with you some of the spectacular delights. There won't be a lot of plants, but I think there'll be a whole lot of inspiration, ideas, meeting different sorts of people. So, and of course, the dramatic art installations, yeah. So is that good? Everybody that thinks this is a good idea, who wants to be kind of like a vicarious member of the MRG Burning Man troupe, just give me some love hearts. So, and I will, and the more love hearts I get, the more I know you're into it. So if you can give us some love hearts, I'll let you know. Goodness knows. Oh, thank you. Goodness knows what this 54-year-old gal is going to get up to out there. But I promise I'll take it easy. So, and come back home in one place. So, yeah, forgive me if I'm not around for the next 2 weeks. So, we spend a whole week at the event. And then after that, we're going to go and visit, obviously, some gardens. Thanks for the love hearts, guys. So, going to go and visit some gardens in the desert as we head back to Lake Tahoe for some R&R and to get ourselves together again before we come back to quite a spectacularly busy time for both me at AMPG and for Sophie, of course, in her sculptor work. So, wow, you're all into it. So fantastic. Have you been to Huntington Garden in LA? It's fabulous. No. And Sophie was telling me about a fantastic garden in LA because we're staying there for the last couple of nights. So any tips for gardens to go and visit in LA? And I'm going to screenshot that because we don't get the comments, do we, when I repost this? Huntington Garden in LA. Do let me know. So we'll start a kind of MRG vicarious road trip, Burning Man, desert gardens, LA gardens, and yeah, any help would be absolutely fantastic of what I really cannot miss. I will go, Melinda, now you've said that, without a doubt. Huntington Garden, here I come. So, guys, have you got any questions about anything that I've been waffling on for a good half an hour? So let me know if you've got any gardening conundrums. And I'd be super happy to answer them. Nicola's saying that'll be another book. Might be, mightn't it? Ask James about it. Okay, I will. I will ask him. So I'm seeing him next week briefly. So we've got a secret kind of thing going on, which I really can't tell you about at the moment. Oh, I can't bear secrets. I like to share my gardening life with you absolutely fully. So, yeah, but I will ask James about it. But yeah, so what I'm going to be doing this afternoon is writing the boring captions for the book, A Year of Colour in My Garden. No, just A Year of Colour. Haven't even got the blooming title. So in my head, any Hampton Court updates. So yes, Melinda. So Hampton Court, the team have started and almost completed actually, rather than started, collating all of the plant lists. Now they're going to start doing various sections of change using no-dig principles in the next planting season. So, and that's one of the reasons why I'm spectacularly busy when I get back from the States, because I'll be involved in laying out all of those plants for the first few beds that we're trialing this year, just to see how it goes. Very, very sensible thing to do from the gardening team there, because we're all still experimenting with climate change. And even though I've specified and put together lots of climate resilient plants, eschewing more traditional plants like, what have I got rid of? Did a whole post about it, didn't I? Completely lupins, for example. We're using baptisias and self instead, which is a little bit different. But even here, I can see that we're looking at, I'm looking at the digital, well, it's now called digitalis, but it was called digiplexus, the Canary Island foxglove. Is it like this? It's completely absolutely hating this heat. So it's a really good idea to trial as many plants as possible before we get stuck in. So doing that when we get in. There's also a big acre of food garden that I'm working on at Broad Hill. So, which is a really well respected family run estate over in East Sussex rather. So, and that's all underway and going for it. So, and various other projects that are going on. So, lots and lots to be doing. So, let's have a look. So, Anne Higgins, I have a friend who lives in there. She's a keen gardener, so I'll ask her and let you know. Oh my goodness me! Thank you so much. So, Jane, you've got a serious question here. Right. Is it worth mulching on top of dry soil or do I water first? Jane, have a look at this week's newsletter because I talk about that. And yes, absolutely water first and then mulch over the top because then you're sealing in that water. Otherwise, the water that you put on over the mulch, you're just losing some of it just by natural, I was going to say dehydration. So by, what's the word that I'm looking for? So when things dry up out into the air. So can't think of the word. So yeah, so always water well first and then lock it in with your layer of fine composted bark or chippings after that. Cat, love this idea. Maybe the captions, evaporation. Thank you, Jill. So, oh my goodness me, middle-aged brain. Thank you so much. I've got about 10 evaporations now. Oh well, never mind. So it's good that you are brighter and more on it than I am today. So, and I think this is what's going to happen as a result of my inability to remember keywords. That the captions, Kat says, should include inside jokes. Mr. Fokker kind of tells itself, but you could direct all the captions to the back row and you will enjoy writing them more. You know that I cannot resist a challenge like that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think they'll catch me out if all of them are aimed at the MRG audience. But I'm definitely going to make some of those captions inside jokes. So just we know exactly what I'm talking about. So there'll be some proper MRG kind of secret code in there, which I know will make me enjoy writing those captions so much more. Well, I better get to it, hadn't I, actually? So, so half an hour of glorious time with you. I think we should do a live almost as soon as I come back so I can let you know everything about Burning Man. I seriously didn't realise that you would be into it as much as you are, it seems. So, yeah, so we'll certainly come back from a 2-week break. I hope you don't mind with the newsletter, but I promise you there will be tons when I get back about Burning Man. So, and yeah, let's do a live. I'm going to see if there's a way, and I don't think there is with Substack, where you can save pictures or share pictures. But maybe what I'll do is I'll get Jules's phone so I can hold Jules's phone on top of this phone so you can see what I'm actually talking about in real time. So thank you so much, guys. It's so gorgeous to see you. Kind of almost don't want to leave you. Can you just come and just be with me on the side as I'm tapping away with the captions, and I can show you what I'm writing about, and you can give me what the answers or what you think I should be writing. But I will have the very best time, and I really look forward to seeing you soon. And yeah, I promise when I get back, it'll be about the 8th of September. Then I'll organise a live straight away. So as soon as I can. So lots of love. Mwah! Big kiss and have a lovely afternoon or a day. And I will see you on the other side, as it were. Lots of love. Bye, bye, bye.